Good morning, friends. Welcome to Evolve 2020, empowering L&D superheroes to support their remote workforce. My name is Rahul, and I'll be your host for today. This micro-webinar series is brought to you by Harbinger Interactive Learning. Harbinger Interactive Learning is a global design and development company specializing in helping organizations migrate their classroom-based trainings into virtual and digital formats. Harbinger Interactive Learning has over 30 years of experience in delivering innovative learning solutions for various industry verticals. For more information, please log on to harbingerlearning.com. Today is the sixth episode in this micro-webinar series, and we are going to experience how to rapidly create interactive supplementary learning material for virtual sessions. And with that, now let's welcome our guest for today's episode. We have Snehal with us. Snehal is an instructional design expert at Harbinger Interactive Learning. Good morning, Snehal. Thank you for being on Evolve 2020.
Hey, good morning, Rahul. It feels nice to be on Evolve 2020.
That is so wonderful of you, Snehal. And Snehal, if I could request you to tell us a little bit about yourself, if you could please help the audience understand you and know you a little better.
Yeah, sure. So I have been working in instructional design for about 8 years. I have worked on e-learning and IoT projects across industries and in both educational and corporate training domains. I'm passionate about designing and developing interactive and learner-centric experiences that will get learners actively involved in the learning process. Yeah, that's about me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Snehal. So, Snehal, today to start with, please help us understand as to why is the supplemental learning material important for virtual sessions, and what are some of the roles that this supplemental learning material plays in this entire virtual session experience.
Yeah, for a starting point, that's a good question, Rahul. Well, to put it in perspective, I would say the importance of supplementary learning material would vary depending upon time. There are basically 3 points of use where supplementary learning material plays a role. So the first one is pre-session. Some of the key objectives that supplementary learning material can achieve are generate curiosity among the learners to attend the session and bring everyone on the same page prior to the session. Now, the second one is post-session. Research says that whatever an adult learner learns in a training session, they tend to forget 60% of it in the first hour itself. I think it's called as the forgetting curve. So it becomes important for us to supplement our virtual instructor-led sessions with reinforcement learning material, is what I think.
Right. And I think, Snehal, post-session reinforcement learning material also gives the learner that desired support and confidence while they are applying their knowledge in remote working conditions, kind of telling them that, we are not leaving you on your own. You have some support from our side.
Yes, absolutely, Rahul. And now coming to the third point of use is during the actual virtual instructor-led training session. As you know, from colleges to corporates, a major shift to remote learning is underway. So teachers, professors, and trainers are teaching using online platforms. So online learning comes with its own challenges for learner engagement, as you know, and so how do we ensure learners are actively engaged in our online class? So, well, the situation lies in making our online classes interactive and fun with supplemental learning material, which is more than just the PowerPoint.
Right. That was a valid point, Snehal. I think supplemental learning material is going beyond the PowerPoint. And thank you very much for laying down the point of usage and importance of supplementary learning material. Now, I think, we would like to know from you as to how to create some of this supplementary learning material.
Yeah, sure, Rahul. So there are multiple tools that you can use to create supplementary learning materials. Of course, it depends on how much time do you have in hand and what level of technical skills that you would require to do the same. So let me give you example. You can use something like Beyond to create animation-based teaser videos for a pre-session. Then you can also try a tool like Articulate Rise to create a summary of the session that you can push after the session. Now, lately, a lot of practitioners from the L&D community have been talking about how to ensure that we can keep the learners engaged during the virtual session. That's been a challenge. So, and this is one of the top priorities from our customer base as well at Harbinger. Now, I myself being a practitioner would like to address this question based on my experiences. I'm going to talk about Reactivity for virtual sessions. By using Reactivity for virtual sessions, you can bring your online classes alive with a mix of fun games, quick quizzes, and cool displays that can keep your learners engaged.
Oh, this is interesting. Raptivity for virtual sessions. Well, most of us, a lot of us have heard about Raptivity, which is primarily a rapid interactivity building tool for learner engagement. Now, is Raptivity for virtual sessions a special edition of the same tool?
Yes, that's right, Rahul. Reactivity has launched a special edition to help our fellow colleagues in the L&D space to potentially solve the learner engagement question during these virtual classroom sessions.
Okay. And how easy or difficult is it to use? Do you need to have any prior coding, programming knowledge to be able to use this effectively?
Well, no, not actually. You do not need any coding experience to be able to use this. It has got a very simple and intuitive user interface through which you can create learning interactions. And the cool part is that you can easily customize them as well.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I think, ability to easily customize these interactions without having any, prior coding experience or programming experience is pretty useful, pretty handy. So I think now is the time we would ask you to request you to show us a few samples of, what all could be done, just a few samples which you would like to share with us today.
Yeah, sure, Rahul. Let me show you a few samples. Let me just click from the PPT to the sample. Yeah, this is the first one. Let me go to the sample, actual sample. Give me a moment. Yes, so this is the first one, layered display. So as you can see, there are multiple images at the top, and as you click on each image, a corresponding content chunk is displayed. So if you have a series of content chunks related to some images, you can like very well effectively present them using this interaction. And now let's look at another one. Just give me a moment. Yeah, as you can see, this is a mountain climb interaction, and this interaction can be used to create assessments within the session. And it's also a good alternative to the typical polls that you launch in the web meetings. As you can see, some interesting graphics and animation playing as you provide your answers.
Right. So it seems like every time you give a correct answer, the person is able to scale up some portion of the mountain, is able to climb some portion of the mountain.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like a motivation for the learner to answer the next questions to reach the peak of the mountain.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, now let's look at the third one. This is a panning slides interaction. So if you have a topic and subtopics or categories within a topic, then you can use this interaction. And when you click on the tabs on the left, you can see that the text and the images are panning. So it's giving some engagement factor to the content that is being presented.
Right. So, I think one use case that comes to my mind is, there are situations in a virtual session that we deliver, and we have, a lot of content for one particular topic or one key learning objective, and then we tend to end up having multiple slides to present that content. Now, by using something like this, we can, kind of display all that content together and, not go through too many PowerPoint slides. So would that be one of the ways to use it, Snehal?
Yes, exactly, Rahul. So it's a good way to present, like if you have a lot of content, then within one interaction you can fit it in, and also it it's presented using images in a very interesting way. So that will keep your learners hooked.
Right.
Now let's go to the fourth one. Yeah, this interaction is called horizontal parallax. As you can see, there are arrows, and when you click the arrow, you can navigate through the content. Again, if you have a series of content or like a timeline, this can also act as a timeline. You have a series of events to present, then you can present it along with the images. So again, as you said, there is no need to have multiple slides. You can just fit all the content within just one slide, one interaction. Yeah, I think these are the samples I wanted to share.
Right. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Snehal. Yeah,
Let
these
me
were the
just,
4 samples that you kind of
yes.
walked us through. So it was the layered display, the mountain climb,
I
and
mean,
horizontal parallax. Thank you so much, Snehal, for showing some of these examples. I'm sure some of us would definitely like to use this in our future virtual sessions. Now, one quick question for you: if in case someone wants to experience this, tool Raptivity for virtual sessions, how do we access it? Where do we go? And is there a free trial period for the users?
yes, you can simply go to the Raptivity website, which is www.raptivity.com, or drop a line at info@raptivity.com. And yes, there is a free trial period of 14 days available.
Thank you, Snehal. I'll just repeat it for our audience. In case you want to experience Raptivity for virtual sessions, please go on to raptivity.com or simply drop us a line at info@raptivity.com. And with that, let me take the opportunity to thank Snehal for joining for this episode. Thank you so very much. The examples that you showed us were great. And nonetheless, thank you for highlighting the importance of supplementary learning material at the first place.
Yeah, thank you, Rahul. Glad I could share some of my experience with our friends in the L&D community.
So now let us summarize the talk we had with Snehal today. Stages. There are various stages in a virtual session wherein reinforcement, wherein supplementary learning material can be used. And those stages are pre, post, and during the virtual session. The key objective is learner engagement. So creating supplementary learning material which can keep the learner engaged during all these time periods. One tool that we specifically looked at, Raptivity for virtual classroom, virtual sessions. We saw a few samples through which different ways to present content and keep the learners engaged. And the good news is Raptivity for virtual classroom is a pretty simple and intuitive tool. You do not need to have any coding or programming knowledge, and it also allows you to customize it. So that's all together in one package. So once again, thank you very much for, to the audience for taking the time out to attend this, micro webinar, 6th episode in the Evolve 2020 series. If you have any questions for us, or if you want to, discuss any specific points in detail or want to have a one-on-one conversation with Snehal, please do drop us a line at info@harbingerlearning.com. I'll repeat, it's info@harbingerlearning.com. And before we sign off for today, let me tell you folks, in our next episode, we'll bring in another superhero from the L&D community, and we'll be talking about artificial intelligence-enabled virtual coaches for continuous performance management. Yes, you heard it right, artificial intelligence-enabled virtual coaches for continuous performance management. This would be one interesting episode in the micro webinar series, and I would highly recommend everyone to attend this one. And so see you next week, same day, same time. Till then, stay safe and stay inspired. Thank you.